Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuzz here, and welcome to Road to Partyhat. In this episode, I'm going to be facing one of my biggest fears, and we'll also have a huge decision we need to make that I'll need your help with, so stick around. Also, make sure you subscribe, as 70% of you aren't subscribed, and if you want to keep up with this series, make sure to turn on your notifications and like the video to get it out to more people. With that out of the way, let's get into this awesome episode. So going back many years, I've always had a big fear in Runescape. One of my biggest fears is group bossing. I made an entire video about this subject. As someone who has anxiety, and doing group bosses makes me feel anxious, not only because I'll be doing it with other people, some of whom I might not know, but more the fact that if I fail or I potentially mess up, I'll mess up many other people. If I'm doing this solo by myself, well, if I fail, that's fine. It's my fault. I'm only wasting my own time. There's no one to get upset at me, anything like that but myself. But I don't want to waste other people's time. And that's the fear I'm going to be facing in this video. Solak specifically, a boss that I've killed a few times but never took the plunge into actually getting good at it. But first, we need to make some preparations for this. And the sponsor is nobody. I don't have a sponsor for this video, so I'm going to be sponsoring my own video. If you guys want Road to Partyhat merch, I actually had an amazing design made by Ariton, who's a great artist, and if you want to get it, you can use the code GOLDENFAT for 15% off. I think it's a really awesome design, better than just slapping my logo on merch. There's t-shirts, canvas, all kinds of cool stuff. If you get anything, tweet me it, and I'll like it and tell you I love you. And yeah, thank you guys. Quick little promo. No sponsors here except myself. Back to the video. So we of course went and did our giant oyster because duh, that's what we do on these episodes. And he really didn't give us much of note, but I mean, I'll take a free 400k or so. And something I've put off for quite a while, which you guys might rage at me for, and I'm sorry, it's a lot of untradeable stuff that I just haven't gotten done. For instance, getting my archaeology power up. I recently just decided to grind out the last research and collections I needed, which took only a few hours, and I don't know why I put it off for so long. And next I need to do like the entire Orth and Dig site, but after I'm done with that, I'll have max archaeology power, absolutely everything unlocked. But we did make some good progress towards this, got even more archaeology power. We also managed to unlock the conservation of energy relic, which I had also been putting off for a while. Since I'm someone that trained archaeology almost exclusively on tetracompass farming for so long, I didn't have all the mysteries done, so I had to go back and do quite a few of them. But now this relic is going to be amazing if we ever mage, and it's also very good with ranged as well, so I'm going to have to mess with the relic setups a little, but really happy to have this one. Since I was doing it already, I decided to also go and do the Daughter of Chaos quest, and that unlocks the Infernal Puzzle Box effect that allows you to not lose adrenaline when you have it in your inventory. So I had the other levels and stuff, but hadn't done that quest yet, so I did it, and you know, it wasn't too bad. It was a bit interesting as you had abilities, you would run around and kill stuff, but it was just kind of your average quest, and then boom, we have the puzzle box. Now we can take this with us everywhere, not lose adrenaline, or have to fill it up like the adrenaline urn. Plus I can keep my good relics too, and maybe once this puzzle box is completely done, maybe the effects will be passive. I don't know if they've confirmed that, but that would be cool if we could have this just passively at all times. I also did a lot of prepping supplies for double XP. I went ahead and I made a ton of Elder Overloads, and then I made a bunch of adrenaline renewals, and we got 115 Herbler off those along the way. Still no Herbert pet, but eventually we'll get that. I spent a good bit of money on these, but hey, we gotta keep the supplies topped up. I also went and spent a big chunk of money as well on supplies for PVM, so we're absolutely stocked up with so many things. I bought a ton of incense sticks, brews, viswax, spiritual prayer potions, arrows, ammunition, runes, basically everything, and now we're ready to roll. I did also make a big preset so I could easily bonfire boost, summon the familiars I need, top off all my books. It's just really nice to have, so we are absolutely set. Alright, so now it is time to Solak. Now, at first I was kind of nervous. I was going with my two friends and I was using a lot of like Hydrix bolts. I was using my Blade Bounce. I was going with what I always went with. But then I discovered a combination that I thought would help me. So going with Hydrix, I was kind of struggling a bit, especially on like keeping up with the damage they were doing, and I just wasn't confident enough even to really use a Ripper. If you guys have seen me do Solak in the past and past videos, I did some with Mage early on, a few with range, but I was never really that great at it. But I figured out there was one final piece of our preparations for this combo to help me at Solak, and that is Bic Arrows. Now, if you don't know, Bic Arrows basically stack poison stacks called Evolving Toxin, and the target takes more poison damage for each stack they have, and you can stack these up to 400%. And at Solak, since the fight is actually kind of long, it works so well, and you can further this with Weapon Poison, Cinderbane Gloves, Reaver Familiar is huge, and then also there's something called a Black Challenge Crystal from Movran that will keep your HP low, so then you're not high HP and you can actually heal along with the Vampirism Aura and deal out more damage. The Scripture of Wen is actually really good with this. Wazweir made a whole video on this, and it absolutely changed my time at Solak. Honestly, it was so good. The damage was way more than I was dealing before. Essentially, this stacked up the poison so well. But there was one issue while I was doing Solak, and the issue was the poison will go away. You'll lose your stacks if you're not hitting Solak after a certain period of time. So I was having the problem with my stacks dropping off when I was doing things like the arms and the legs and the core, or even going up into the mine to basically spam click, you know, during the storm. So I was having all these issues, but I eventually figured it out, and something I could do was during the arms and legs, I could greater ricochet while attacking them at the right times, and that greater ricochet would bounce off the arms and legs and hit Solak. Even though Solak wasn't damageable or targetable, that would actually hit him and keep my stacks. So if I timed it right, I could keep my stacks throughout the entire fight. And once I figured that out, we were getting super fast kills, and we actually ended up even getting our PB kill here, which was in the 6 minutes, which was actually my friend's PBs too, and they had done Solak a lot. Both of them have the Solak log. They hadn't done it in quite a while, so their PB was from quite a few years ago, but nonetheless, it felt good to be able to, you know, get a PB with them when I'm not a big Solaker myself. And as for the loot from Solak, you know, was super nice, because when we used to go, you would get like, I mean, I only did a few kills, but a lot of the times you wouldn't really get that much, but now you get a guaranteed Grimoire page, which is like 6 million GP. So every kill, even if I didn't get a unique, we got 6 million GP. Now my friend was actually going on his hardcore Iron Man for a lot of these kills, and that meant we were doing keeps, so whoever got a drop got to keep it. We just liked it that way. We thought it was more fun, and I did miss a few drops. My friends both got a drop. My friend's hardcore got a drop, and my other friend got a drop. I didn't get any drops during this whole time, but I did over 100 kills, and I have a bunch of Grimoire pages, and as you can see from just the Grimoire pages, we have like 500 mil plus in GP from just these, not including the other loot, and eventually we're gonna get a rare drop. So Solak was a huge success. It's actually a really fun boss, and I'm glad I didn't give in to the anxiety of being scared to try it. I can now easily do it with the Reaver, barely using any food, and yeah, it just feels nice, and maybe I'll try to learn solo in the future. So next, a little unlike me, I know, I decided to dip my toe into a little bit of clue scrolls. I don't do clue scrolls a ton, but we're gonna open a few here and see if we can get something crazy. Not starting out too crazy. We'll keep that fortunate component there. Let's keep going. 600k. I'm gonna give it a reroll. Probably not the best, but give that a reroll too. Why not? Okay, 2 mil. We want puzzle skipping tickets. Those are worth a lot. That can actually give us a lot of money if we get those. Blue D'hide chaps. There's 2 fortunates, so nice. We're getting some money in here. Oh, that is rare. That is Mist Third Age, I believe. That is my second piece of gilded ever, so that could have been Third Age. I think it's like, I don't know the odds, 1 of 10, maybe 1 in 100, but that is Mist Third Age. Gilded Helm, not worth too much, but I'll keep it. Wow. Okay, let's keep going here. Purple Sweets, definitely a reroll. Nothing good there. No Masters yet. 500k, might as well reroll. 300k, no Masters. I want to do some Masters. Kind of dumb. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Why are these so much? That's insane. These are 10 mil for 3. That is just dumb. I wish we got a few more. Well, that is actually insane. What the heck? This is why you do hard clues. All right, so nothing too crazy there. So we're gonna wrap up the clues, and now I actually decided to do a little more Zamrock. Now, if you guys know me, I've done a little bit of Zamrock in the previous episodes, and I usually just go whenever my friends want to go. I still have not unlocked the dungeon skip for solo. I basically got all my kill count duo. So yeah, I decided to go and do a few hours with my friend here, and it went pretty smoothly. The first kill is always the hardest when it comes to Zammy. But after I got that first kill under my belt, we ended up improving. We were only doing 100%. He can do much more, but me being in range, I'm not sure how good I would do at the higher in rages, seeing as you just get your head pounded in. So I stuck to 100% in rage with him, and you know, we did pretty good. We made a little bit of money, maybe like 30-40 mil from the normal drops. No rare drops, but I think maybe next episode I'll get those solo dungeon runs done, and then we'll go and try to learn to solo some higher in rage Zamrock. Now after this, me and my friend decided to do a little Kerapac while I was streaming, and if you guys saw the previous episode, we obviously got a huge Kerapac drop, so I wasn't really expecting anything at all because that was my first drop at Kerapac, but you know, I decided I might as well go. I need to complete the log one day, so maybe we'd get lucky. Kerapac, I tried out using the Bic Poison combo, the exact same combo that I was using on Solak, and in duos it was actually pretty good. When I did it in trios, the fights were a little too short, so we killed it so fast that I didn't get the stacks up too high, but in duos, you know, it was slower than trios, of course, so I was able to get more big stacks, so I think it was worth it. It's definitely worth it in solos, but in duos, I think it is worth it, and then in trios, I probably won't use it just because, you know, they're just so fast. But we end up actually getting, my friend gets a piece of the Fractured Staff of Armadyl, and I just couldn't believe it. At this point though, I was thinking the drop was going to be like a 400-500 mil split. I don't know why. I was just like, oh, Fractured Staff of Armadyl piece, that's like 700-800 mil or like a bill. But in reality, it was only like a 250 mil split or so, which is still great. But at the time, you know, I wasn't aware that the Fractured Staff of Armadyl was crashing so much. So I thought it was a bit more of a drop than it was, but it's still very good and a very nice addition to add on to the bank. Alright guys, so now don't go anywhere because I have a big decision I have to make that I'm gonna need your help with. I just want to show real quick, this is our loot tab. I did sell off a few things like the shadow spike that we had to make money for supplies and double XP, but I still have a ton of the normal drops, all 100 grimoire pages, ton of stuff in here, Dark Nihilus, bunch of cool stuff, so that's stacking up pretty nicely. But I wanted to also show, this is all the supplies we got. We got a bunch of overloads, adrenaline renewals made, and a ton of supplies, probably a good few hundred mils in here, if not more. And now here's the big reveal that I need your help with. So here is my gear tab. Yes, I went and organized it for you guys. Okay, it actually looks good now, but you might notice something in here, which is this, the Fractured Staff of Armadyl. Now, if you didn't know, last episode, we got the most expensive piece of this Fractured Staff of Armadyl. And what I decided to do was had to spend like 1 bill to make this into a full Fractured Staff of Armadyl. Now, as you know, we have our range set up with our Blight Bounds, our SGB. I haven't maged in quite a while, but I do have mage gear like Seismics. So my question is to you, what do you guys think I should do? Should I keep this Fractured Staff of Armadyl and start trying to learn mage a little bit along with range? Or do I sell it and save my money to buy something huge for range like the Bow of the Last Guardian? Let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, it's a pretty big choice, but I'm curious what you guys think. We are at about 12.5 bill, 13 bill-ish bank. So we're about, I would say, 30 already a little over 30% of the way there to a party hat. Hoping to hit that halfway point soon, and then I'll feel the motivation come on. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it so it goes out to more people. You can check out the merch in the description, help support the channel. Also can join channel memberships if you'd like for some perks and stuff. I'll be streaming here on YouTube a few times a week now, and also the videos will not stop. So thank you guys, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.